Hey, 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 people. Come in, and share the live. Welcome to Ran to the Comments. I'm Nana, aka the Black Fairy, aka Dark and Lovely, and I'm here with.
I'm all things sugar and shade Sade. Hi, hey, how you doing?
How are you today, Sade? It is just me and you for a little bit until the other two
Yes,
get here. But how
yeah.
are you?
I'm all right. I've had a bit of a week. I have had a bit of a week, but I'm happy it's the weekend. I'm happy that the sun has been out. 20 degrees today. I done my walk in the sun. Yeah, I was loving it. I was just like, I took so many breaks though, because I was just like, I just need vitamin D. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
yeah, it
yeah.
was lovely. It was lovely
No,
today.
it's important, isn't it? I did a
Yeah.
little walk, but I stood in the garden. I tried to sun bathe my eyes, but I don't
Okay.
think I know how to do it properly, so I stopped.
So
Because
I don't know what that is.
all right,
What's
so it's like a bit of a hotepi thing, but people used to
okay?
say like you should try and look at the sun for a little while, and it like really helps your health. But I don't
Really?
know.
I've
Yeah.
definitely heard the opposite, that you shouldn't be looking directly at the sun multiple times. So maybe be careful with that one. I don't know.
I know, I know. After I did it, and like it all gets blurry and everything,
Yeah.
and yeah, and then I was like, oh no, you probably shouldn't. So I stopped and I just
Okay.
closed my eyes. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, I feel like you're supposed to absorb the sun for at least 20 minutes a day. Like just stand in the sun. Like I've heard that's really good for like your skin and your well-being and all that kind of stuff. Like especially for us as well
Yeah.
with lots of melanin, that's what you should be doing because it kind of like recharges us, right? Do you know what I mean? But like that is
Mhm.
eyes closed. That's like, yeah, do you know what I mean? Like just absorb it. No.
You're also supposed to take your clothes off so that it gets to the bits that the sun doesn't always hit as
Yes,
well.
yeah, I have heard this, but yeah, I don't know. I can't do that in
In
my
London,
front
it could
garden.
be different.
Yeah,
Exactly. My
I couldn't.
neighbours would get an eyeful and we're surrounded in the garden.
Okay,
So yeah, I don't
yeah.
need to do that for them.
Mm-mm.
Mhm.
Mm-mm.
Bardi was asking, is this
Mm-mm.
news or nonsense or a new special? Bardi Gang, it is a new special. This is when we go into the
Mm.
comments that we have received on our social media. So that can be on Spotify, on YouTube, on Instagram, or TikTok. We are in the comments and now we're going to discuss it as well.
Yeah.
Can you tell the people how to join us and give us their money, please?
Of course I can. So, if you just want to support us, you can join. There's going to be a link in the chat in just a second, and you can sign up to our membership. So that's
Yeah.
$1.99. But if you want to get to know us a little bit better, then you can join the family, which is $4.99, and that involves also like our group chat as well, which is always popping off, always an interesting conversation going on, and you just get a little bit closer to us. So make sure you do that. We're still trying to get to 200 members at the moment. I don't know how far we're away from that, but I think pretty far, which is kind of annoying. I'm not gonna lie, guys.
Yeah.
It's kind of
Yeah.
annoying. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, we need more
For sure.
members.
Especially when we were there before. Like
Mm-hmm.
we hit over 200 and
Yeah.
then it just dropped off. We are, I think we're kind of teetering on 150 at the moment. But guys, please,
Mm-hmm.
like, make us superstars again.
Yeah, that's what we
Sign
like.
up.
That's what we like.
I,
Let's see who's
yeah.
here
Please
as
do roll.
well.
Who's in the
Yeah.
hat?
Sha was first. Hey Sha, how you doing? I love that first. Yvonne is here, Little Rock is here, and Sora's here. I think these people all claiming second.
Okay.
We also have, who else is here? These guys are chatting away. Let me scroll down. Body Gang is here as well. Will Smith, goat number 2, the original, is here. No imposters this time. Do you know what I mean? Who else is here? Say hi in the chat. You guys are chatting, boy. Seriously. Ashes to Ashes, Ria, Hampton is here as well. And Dee is here. Hey, Dee. Mo Breezy as well. Good evening. Good evening. And Caseload Moses. Thank you. He says, big up the girl, them. Yay.
Thanks.
Loved it.
Are we still girl them? I guess so. Maybe. All right, guys. So it has been 2 weeks, and this is probably going to be bi-weekly as well until we slot it in to do it weekly, but bear with us. And we will be settled on a day eventually as well. So again, this is your chance to get your comments seen and viewed and like responded to by the aunties. I'm going to start off with episode 230, and that's with special guest Nadia J. And overall, the episode was received really well, but there was two enemies that seemed to really piss people off. That is Kanye West and Tyra Banks. So we'll start off with the first comment. All righty, yeah.
We are doing the phone in again, right? As well.
Yes.
Yeah.
We
okay.
are,
Cool.
we
Yeah. Let's come in, Yvonne. Let's come in.
Here we go. All right. So Dana So 5317 says, y'all conversation about Kanye was extremely disturbing. I don't know who this guest is, but her trying to justify Kanye to make it seem as though he has a master plan is stupid. Kanye is a narcissistic, mentally unstable attention whore who lies and contradicts himself constantly. How are y'all going to have more heat for Tyra than Kanye? Question. And try to reduce Tyra's career to being a Victoria's Secrets model is wild. And she is correct that people are trying to rewrite history regarding what she stood for in ANTM. Yes, they were doing and saying things that are now considered insensitive, but in regards to topics like race and weight, Tyra was supportive of Black women and plus size models, not just on ATM, but on her own talk show as well. Sade, as you brought Tyra, let's start there and then we can go on to Kanye.
Okay, we can start with Tyra. Well, okay, what are they saying that? To be fair, I felt like I had the same amount of vim for both of them. More vim for Kanye, personally. I did have more vim for Kanye because I think he's worse than Tyra, to be fair. But no, I stand by what I said, you know. Do you know what I mean? Like I think she done the absolute most in that speech. I think she needs to reduce it all the way down. And also as well, like rewriting her career. Okay, yes, she did do more than Victoria's Secret, yes, kind of thing. But she wasn't the same caliber as a model as Naomi. And I don't think you can really. Naomi was certified. Hey, Farah, how you doing?
Farah. Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, because I'm testing a new speaker, so I'm seeing how it works.
Yeah.
We can hear you. We can hear you.
Amazing. Hi.
Yeah. So she was. Naomi was one of the Fab 5 supermodels. Yeah. She was one of she was one of them. She was like original supermodel. Tyra wasn't that. She wasn't. Do you know what I mean? Different calibers. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying that Tyra wasn't, good in what she was doing and everything like that. But like, let's not also rewrite history ourselves. Yeah. She wasn't just bringing on those Black women for like, I want to open up the space. It was also as well as to ridicule them, to take the piss, to reinforce herself. Like, I'm the authority. Do you know what I mean? You're not. She was playing that power dynamic all the way to the bank. Absolutely, honestly. So yeah. Those are my feelings.
I agree. Farah, so on that episode that we did with Nadia J, there was people talking about Kanye West and Tyra Banks. And also in this one, your comment where you said Tyra was a Victoria's model was called wild.
I don't care. I said what I said, and it's a factual statement. Tyra Banks, I'll say it again for the people in the back. Tyra Banks is not a supermodel of the caliber of Naomi Campbell and those people there. She was not. She did Victoria's Secret. She did not do Gucci, or maybe she did. She didn't do the high end haute couture. Tyra did not do that. Because as far as they were concerned, and this is probably wrong of them, I'm not even bigging them up for this, she was not the right body type for them. She was not, at the time, it was not the sort of thing that they were pushing. So she was not a supermodel. No matter how much you might want to say that she's done amazing things, and we all said that her show was amazing, by the way, she was not a supermodel. I stand on that. I'm not taking it back because it's facts.
Right. I agree with everything. I don't have anything else really to add to that. I think all of our takes on Tyra Banks were fair. And if anything, we didn't go in enough to show how fuckeries America's Next Top Model actually really was.
Yeah.
To the people. They did some really heinous things and some challenges that were really shit, but especially highlighting when they cut that black girl's hair and then she went out the same week. Like that was, you didn't need to do that to her. Like our hair grows just like that. Like it was actually bang out of order. So I think she could have got coated off a little bit more, to be fair.
Yeah, that was cruel, to be fair.
It was cruel.
Very cool.
Empress Horton says Naomi was also mean, and everybody else has said that too. I mean,
We
fair.
said that.
Fair.
We brought her to the enemy table. We
Honestly,
have said that.
fair.
We've talked about Naomi throwing phones and all types of things. We're not sitting here saying that Naomi is a saint, but we are saying she's a supermodel. Just saying she's a saint.
Exactly. Exactly. I think Naomi, for me as well, I have personal bias. She's from South London, so I will always rep her. She's from St. Wreatham, Streatham. Do you know what I mean? Down the road. I always rep her. But yeah, understanding that she is problematic. She absolutely is problematic.
She is. All right. So Kanye West. All right. I guess. Listen, we've spoken about Kanye West so much, and there was so much discourse out there on him. And I did start off by saying we know he is heinous. Yeah. He has no legs to stand on, but I didn't want it to be another coating off. So I introduced the element of conspiracy theories. People seem to think that was trivializing what Kanye was doing. So no. I don't think it was, but that was leveled out there. People were annoyed that it was conspiracy theory time.
Well, I don't know. Like, I kind of feel like it's a little bit of a cop out still. Do you know what I mean? Because why can't we cut him off again? What he done was wrong. And now even this week, we didn't even talk about it. He's done even worse. He's done even worse.
Yes, since he has.
Worse. Maybe you guys will talk about news and nonsense. But dressing up as a black Klansman, you're crazy. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're absolutely wild. And the thing is, it's just like, my thing is always like, how far does it have to go for people to just disengage now? Like, do you know what I mean? And stop giving this guy reasons, excuses, all of that kind of stuff. Like,
well, maybe stop talking about him. How about that?
So yeah, I would love to, but he was on the list. You know what I mean? He was on the list. And also, to be fair, like I will never back down for a chance to cuss out Kanye. To be fair, either.
Yeah, we know how you feel.
Yeah,
we have cussed him out. We've I swear, not too long ago, we brought him to the enemy table, and we literally said that he was heinous, disgusting, all of those sorts of things. And it wasn't too many episodes ago. I think I remember talking about him.
It wasn't. That's why I thought instead of it being the same, I actually wanted to hear different theories, and I thought Nadia's theory. Let's see how it plays out. You know, he's still out here doing crazy things. And I think it's that it was literally like days later, he was back on Twitter doing the same stuff. And then now this academics interview, the dude doesn't stop. But I keep on wondering, what is your next caper? So you've done the KKK in black. Where are we going next, Kanye? Like,
hey.
Look, we got a full house, guys.
Everybody's here. Where's his next step? I mean, like, he's literally got to wear the swastika, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Like,
he didn't put
no, he's done that.
No, but he worn it like full what do they call it? Full makeup. He's got to do that.
Oh, you mean like to be in all the
He's got to do that. I don't know, maybe have sex with a robot. I don't know, on live television. Like, maybe, like, do you know what I mean? It has to be like so extreme that people are just like, okay, he's absolutely mad. Like I was thinking, like, you know, Elon Musk has his robots. Maybe he'll do that. Like, do you know what I mean? He'll find a way to make it, you know, like a statement. But this is the thing, like he's releasing stuff as well. So it's just like, I think that's what we didn't like pick up on really on the show, is that he's literally doing this before he releases something.
That's what he does.
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
That's what he does.
Yeah.
Well, he's lost his woman now as well.
I mean,
has he though? Because they were saying that before.
Well, apparently she hasn't been around.
I'm not being funny, but is she an asset? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, so.
I mean that part, but yeah.
She made it worse. She made it worse. She actually made it worse.
All right, so we've got Mattel2247. AK, would you like to read this one out?
Hi guys. Okay, I think Tyra isn't an issue. If her platform was not her name, who would the former contestants blame? That was a rhyme. The industry is cutthroat, and Tyra embedded that for the reality of the modeling world. Tyra has been silent for years, from her own staff going against her, writing a book on her, and then the contestants she put on her platform for an opportunity stormed against her, and she remained silent. I think her speaking on the matter recently is valid because she is human, and she worked very hard for her legacy and name. Those contestants who complained are ungrateful. I bet if the same ones complaining won, would they still have the same complaint? Bet you not. Wow. Well,
do we think there is anything in this ungrateful? Because there was quite a few people that had this same sentiment, that actually the folks are ungrateful.
No, I swear even Marcel has said some stuff about Tyra. And I swear she won. She did.
She did win.
She did win. Because that's back when I used to still watch it. She did win.
She did. I think go on.
Sorry, I was just gonna say, like, I don't think we can just say that they're ungrateful, because some people were greatly affected by the way that they were treated, and you can't watch the show and dispute that. People were in pain from the way that they were treated. So that's not ungrateful.
And then bear in mind as well, yeah, like this show is still playing, like there's reruns, there's clips and everything like that. So their trauma has been documented and then is shown over and over and over again, and they cannot escape it. So what are you talking about? Like, if they were are they getting residuals from this? Like, do you know what I mean? Do they get money? Do they get royalties every time? Like there's a rerun? I don't think so. I really don't think so. So I mean, what is there to be? Maybe if Tyra in her speech was more grateful, then do you know what I mean? Because as I said on the show, if she didn't have the contestants, then there wouldn't be a show, would there? Do you know what I mean?
That's exactly
grateful and gracious.
I think that was the part. It's more like the acceptance, the speech that she gave, the thank you speech, didn't need to have barbs. You could even have addressed the backlash and said, look, I understand. It was just the tone and the delivery was a bit kind of arrogant and dismissing the fact that people had genuine concerns. It's like she's only is as if to say the speech was only targeting the ones that were being just bitches about her. But it wasn't that. There were more people. There was a wide range of people who were trying to come at her. So she just had to be a bit more gracious in that respect. I don't think you can be grateful or ungrateful about this opportunity, because it's not that. And I'm sure that those who are grateful for the opportunity have been grateful and have said thank you or shown appreciation. And those who aren't, for whatever, I don't know about that, this gratefulness thing. How long do you have to show gratitude if you had some bad things done to you?
I don't think you should. I don't think you should. I mean, you should be able to call her out, even for the opportunity, because she made money from it.
Yeah.
And if that was to the detriment of my mental health, I should be able to call her out for it. Just because I've got a little bit of notoriety now doesn't mean because I sign up for a reality TV show, you can take the absolute piss out of my life. Yeah. Like that's not the deal.
Who watches The Bear? Have any of you guys watched The Bear?
Any good comments?
Not all of it.
I was going to say there's an episode in The Bear. There was an episode in The Bear when in the recent latest season, the head chef, the main guy, he had a really like overbearing chef. Like, you know, that's how the chef world is. The chef world is like very toxic. So the guy that trained him was horrid to him, and he carried that burden and pain and insecurity because he's traumatized from it basically. And he ended up at a dinner party where this guy was, and he finally had the chance to get it off his chest. And then the guy was like, "But look how great you are. Thank you. You're welcome." Basically. So it's like,
That's really toxic.
It's so toxic.
Yes.
It's so toxic.
Seriously. And maybe that's what Tyra was hoping. Do you know what I
Mm.
mean? But like now, hopefully she's seen like some backlash and people, that she needs to do better. She needs to freaking do better, man. Seriously, you can't be. And also, Eva she just didn't help with her airy fairy, like, oh, I just let it go. Like, I just
yeah, you mean?
yeah,
yeah.
that's it, sorry. My bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, oh, please, just let it go. Whatever.
That is
But
pretty
I would be the same. Like, honestly, every time Tyra speaks, I'll be speaking. If you've made my life a living hell, then every time you speak, I'm gonna pipe up and say something. Do you know what I mean? Because if you're eating, and I have to eat too, especially with the way like these social media platforms work. Do you know what I mean? So I'll be doing content for days. This is how I felt when she said this speech. This is what I was wearing. This is what, do you know what I mean?
I wanted to get my hair cut, and then I had a flashback to when I was forced to get my hair cut.
This reminded me of the pose that I done. Like, do you know what I mean?
When I look in the mirror and I see my gap, I'm reminded that she was telling me to close it, and I wouldn't be successful.
And whose hair grew back? Imagine, like, all the people's hair who was shaved. Did their hair grow back properly, or did they struggle with their hair growth after that?
It's true. They could have had anything happen to them after that.
It's true. Yeah. It's true. But yeah, it's a lot.
It's bang out of order. Are there any good comments, guys? Have you noticed any in the chat?
So, course correction says it was a toxic show, but people on the show had some responsibility to protect themselves by saying no or leaving. Unless she held them hostage, they had free will.
Yeah.
Hard when you're in those situations, though. Like a lot of those people were in it to change their lives.
So
and probably felt like if they left, they wouldn't be able to do anything after. So you stayed.
Some girls did leave though, didn't you? I swear there was episodes like, guys, I decided to leave because
I feel like they were.
Yeah, I think some people did leave, but you know, you also don't want to be like letting the side down. You kind of, it's that mixed thing of being like something that could change your life, something that you don't want to embarrass everybody. You don't. It's even maybe feeling shameful that you couldn't hack it. There's so much things to put the response. I get it, because I was going to ask that. Like, is there any responsibility on the contestants? And also, sometimes in the moment, you don't really realize how bad it is until upon reflection as well. Like, you're told, especially if you come from trauma or a background where being harsh is a thing, and you have been told, we've been brainwashed to know the modeling industry is bad and it's, you know, it's harsh, and so we're giving you the crash course, and you should be lucky to get this. You're going to kind of tolerate more than before you realize that actually it's not a good situation to be in.
Yeah, I think they were sold a dream. And like, especially back then, like we didn't have as much insight into like reality TV and the roles of producers and how they manipulate people and that sort of thing. They could be dangling carrots left, right, and center, saying like, if you don't do this, you're going back to the trailer park tonight. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, you're taking the bus, we're not flying you out. Like, do you know what I mean?
We also don't know what their contracts were like back in those days either, because sometimes you can be penalized for leaving certain spaces. So we don't know what that was like.
Also, you know, people like quit their jobs and stuff like that. Like, I quit to come and do this.
And it's letting down people, isn't it? It's like your family are also going to be like, why can't you hack it? Like, this can change all of our lives. It's never just the models as well. And I was there was one reality TV show, girl. I don't know if this is the same for America's Next Top Model, but the more you're featured, the more money you make. So there may be a thing where it's like an incentive to, let me just stick it out. Even if she's being horrible to me, at least I'm getting screen time. So it's abusive. Like, really, no, I'm not really buying this gratitude. But let's move on. Has anybody got any last?
No, I was just going to say, I feel like also as well, because they're models, I feel like that's why they don't get as much sympathy, because it's like an industry of vanity. And do you know what I mean? Like, so I think people just don't like, oh, you should be able to hack it. That's what it's like. Do you know what I mean? If they were doing like, I don't know, like deeper things, if there was like, I don't know. America's Next Best Doctor, they will get better care.
More sympathy.
Even that, they'll be like, well, being a doctor is hard and you want to fast track it. Why are you complaining? You're even lucky.
I mean, look, can we just let's address something? When what's their names from Love is Blind, American, Vanessa whatever her name is. Vanessa, you know what I mean. Lachey, yeah, it was Lachey.
Yeah.
When she was mean on one of the reunion shows, people were coming for her. Saying, oh, how can you do that? And blah, blah, blah. So, you know, you can't be mean and just be expecting to get away with it.
Yeah.
But she won't even mean even.
Will Smith's comments interesting. Model agencies served girls up to the likes of Epstein, Trump, and Prince Andrew. It's never been an industry known for being responsible, having a duty of care.
Not wrong.
That is the truth. Very much so.
Yeah.
So next episode 231 is our anniversary episode. So many lovely comments on as well. There was lots of people wishing us a happy anniversary. So that was great as well. I have one that stood out for me. Well, I
thought you was gonna say, but here's a troll.
We'll get to the butt in a second.
Oh God.
Okay.
But I'll start with a nice one.
Mm-hmm.
All right, who wants to read this one out?
Okay, I'll do it. Jide of 426 says, love this. Happy anniversary, ladies. I found you last year and think you're fantastic. As a cancer patient, you bring me joy to listen to as I rest and recover during treatment and up and downs. Keep up the fantastic work, ladies. I love you, Zizi. You're amazing. Thank you. Lovely.
That is very lovely.
Yes, yeah. I was like, it's a gorgeous message. Came through and I was like, oh, that's really nice. And she did actually get the most likes on the post as well. So that was really nice. And I just hope healing well. Yeah.
That's lovely. And sending you love and healing, of course.
Yes.
Thoughts in our prayers, man.
Definitely. All right, so comment number 2 on the list. So this I don't know how to take this. Okay, so you guys know. All right, so Mattel2247 says, today your new name of the show is Gangster Aunties. The prison visit stories were very much the ghetto, and I loved every story share. Also, the play on Jarquisha looking man was comedy. I hate you, Gangster Aunties, for making us sit through this chaos episode from our living rooms. Happy anniversary, chicken heads.
Must be American.
Not chicken.
I love it though.
I love it. I take you a compliment and joy.
Me too.
I love that you get it. You know, it's not every day uptight when we're
right. We have lived. Okay,
yeah, exactly.
We have lived.
We have had experiences.
We have indeed been out here in these streets.
Been out here in these streets for real. Jaquia says hi.
Jaquia, yeah. How's Jaquia doing?
Has she found
it all right? She's out. They gone. Her and Wara have gone to the cinema.
Okay. Wara did not tell me.
Well, she don't tell you everything, you know.
Yeah, that's a fact.
You're silly, but yes, that was cool. I was like, oh, Gangster Aunties. I kind of like it.
That.
I like it.
Although I've never frequented prison before, but you know.
Let's relax on the frequented.
I mean, actually,
did you go more than once? Like,
I told you I went more than once.
Yeah, exactly. So then it is frequent.
That's why I said at first I was a bit like, and then I was like, actually,
yeah.
Frequented makes it sound like, you know what we're going to do? We're going to hang out at the prison.
Let's go to the prison today.
Yeah, that's frequented.
How else did it work?
It was.
You got to
book it in. Don't you have to get like a PO or something?
Not a PO, not a purchase order.
Oh no, what is it called?
VO.
A VO. Oh, that's it.
Order.
Visiting order.
I don't know. It's not my world, but
Oh my god.
This is my experience.
Yes, Cher, we did. Did you hear about the 2 women killed on a conjugal visit? I thought it was 1. I didn't know there was 2 women.
Yeah. So they linked him to another crime. Yeah. Farah, you've disappeared. I don't know what's going on.
I think the camera's messing up my internet.
Yeah, that apparently they linked into another crime, which is insane.
Oh.
This is what I'm saying. After God Fear Men, like I don't even know. I should get that as a tattoo.
No,
no, that's my truth.
That's actually a brilliant segue to our section that we will open up to everybody to call in as well. Same episode, clips went out a little bit later, and who would have thought it, because we've spoken about Kevin Samuels quite a few times, but Zizi Mills kind of defending him in a way has gone viral, and we are now being bombarded by comments from men saying that women don't know how to take accountability. Like, I don't know why, but this is what they are saying on our comment thread continuously.
Where?
And
on Instagram?
On Instagram, we are at almost 1,000 comments.
Jesus!
Instagram.
In 48 hours.
No, I didn't. I don't think I accepted that one.
The notifications. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. I did. I was thinking, I didn't know this.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was 1,000. I knew there was some, but I didn't know there was 1,000.
Yeah, but on almost 1,000. Last time I looked, it was on like 950, and it's coming in all the time. They are not stopping. Who would like to read Daywalker?
This is their job. It's their job. This is their job. Honestly.
Okay. Daywalker 305 commented, "She's spot on. Kevin Samuels started on men so hard. Some men were so emotional to his facts they would threaten his life, and women applauded his tactics on men. Once he shifts the narrative on women, World War III was unleashed. You women reacted like he was cancerous because he exposed the majority of women. Women went far more viral because they reacted. Andrew Tate fed women the same harsh truth as Kevin. They never sugarcoated the facts, and women hated them. Truth about feminists is now called misogyny. ! Bullshit."
Okay, so Daywalker, you're obviously a blood-sucking vampire because you chat shit. Yeah. Firstly, you look like you're 12 and you look like you've never had a woman. So I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Secondly, you can't talk about all women or even all men. And we've said that before. If you are the type of person that thinks that Andrew Tate is someone who spouts truth, then you need to have therapy. And I suggest you go fast. That's all I've got to say.
Anyone else want to add to Daywalker?
I think she said it all, to be honest. That sounds like someone I would have blocked.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah. I blocked someone today as well. I just saw like these women block.
Yeah, block.
I can't.
Don't watch us then. You're too busy spouting shit. Don't watch us. Why are you here? Why are you here? If we are so problematic and we're the issue, come off of the channel. What does Jay-Z say?
Away.
Scroll, innit?
Scroll away.
Oh, wow.
Scroll away.
Conscious thinker or conscious thinkers win. This person who would like to read this out.
No, thank you.
Go on.
Conscious thinkers win commented, low IQ. Once I hear misogyny, I switch off. Men don't hate women. That is a total fallacy. Women hate men having an opinion on women. That's it. And if it doesn't follow the narrative of a feminist, then it's peak. I bet she's single. Bet your mum is.
Yes.
Sorry,
because
I'm not having
because of things like this.
Do you know what I mean? Because I'm just not on it today. I'm just not. I'm sorry.
Seriously.
I was seeing so many being like, I know none of these women are married. And it's literally one person I replied to, and I was like, there's 3 of us there that are married. It's like, oh my God. Yeah. Well, somebody needs to come for your husband. It was literally like, all right, guys. Okay.
Shut up, man.
I should actually just stay out of these comments. I have stayed out of these comments though. I was like, this is insane. There are too many men going crazy on the mere mention of Kevin Samuel. I don't get it. And really saying this is the Godfather. And it's like, are you guys there has to be something mentally not right with you to really be looking up to an old man whose kids wouldn't talk to him, had no wife. It seems like he died with an escort. Like, how are you still calling him the Godfather? Like, really, it's worrying. When you do say, like, there's no nice men out there, going through those comments, I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, 100%.
And you know,
the thing is, the bar's in hell. That's why.
You know,
The
this
bar
bit as
is
well
on
about
hell.
women hate men having an opinion on women. Yeah, women hate men having an opinion on women's bodies. Yeah, we fucking hate it. It's awful. Yeah, so you're right there.
I think, you know what, like, there's a way to talk about the issues between men and women without it being so derogatory. So whether or not Kevin Samuels, and maybe men need the harsh treatment, but as the person who commented before just said, he first of all went in on men, and men threatened his life. So that means that talking about us, that difference is that women will talk. We will speak out when we're bothered. Men don't, which is why men have a higher rate of suicide and violent outbursts, because they're not allowed to express their emotions without being called a sissy or a wimp, or then put into the space where they're not masculine enough. So this is where maybe we did help him go viral by reacting. And what are you going to do to a clip that goes out? He wasn't stupid. He was talking to the men and not getting the numbers. He switched when he realized women were reacting. So yeah, maybe we're a bit to blame.
And that some
Well,
violent
no, but it's
men
not even
were
just
threatening his life.
I think what you touched on is really important. That he was talking to men and got death threats.
Yes,
That's
exactly.
it was a threat of violence.
Right.
So he was just like,
pivot.
It's not really safe. So let me go in this direction, because you're scared. Because your fellow man, they can't process their emotions, so they're just like, let me kill you. Like, do you know what I mean?
And so us talking is more annoying, is more scareful, more scary, more harmful. It's not, because you could get away with chatting to women in a certain way, and you're going to make money and all of that. So there's rhetoric, and it's not, you're not thinking about the rhetoric. You don't have to be nasty. You don't have to play on people's insecurities, because there are guys saying, yeah, well, he teaches men to get their money up and all of that stuff. You're also preaching this falsehood, because I think someone was explaining that he was talking to the women who were seeking those men who are seemingly high value. What was the high value? Because how many women that ended up with those high value men were actually treated nicely, were actually treated as they deserve? Because we know that these so-called high value men still went out and cheated, still had multiple partners, still had insecurities about themselves. That didn't mean that they were a high value man. They might be on paper in monetary terms, but not in emotional intelligence or any other way of responsibility and being able to control their dicks and all that type of stuff. So what was Kevin really teaching? And exactly as Nana said, how did he pass away? What was his legacy? Just all these internet trolls that worship and call him daddy. Like, think about that, guys.
It's weird as hell, the amount of people that are literally like, he was saying something so real. Like it was like mini obituaries in our comments. Like, really, like, there's never going to be another Kevin Samuels. I think somebody, maybe it may not have been in our comment section, but somebody was saying actually what he was creating was a space where lots of lonely, desperate men could get enjoyment out of women being put down. Yeah. And that's what they would jump on. So they could be like, oh, look at this one, she's just a 3 or a 4. Like, even though you've never had a woman and you don't know how to talk to one, but you enjoy him asking them questions, them saying, oh, I think I'm a 7, no, 7's allowed, and then they'll go to a 6 and it'll be like, no, you're a 3. They enjoyed the put down, and that is a part of misogyny. If people don't know what it is, like, it's that. And then there's the other part that he would do where he would say, like, you're never equal to a man, and you need to stand behind your man, like, you need to get behind your man, you need to be submissive. All of these things, there are women that want to do that, but it's not the general foray for all women. But that you're spouting that, and men think this is okay, and they carry that shit on, taking it from a single man makes no sense. It's these things that are a problem in society, and that's why he's a part of the Red Pill movement, because he was saying the same shit, same talking points.
I think Oh, sorry. Just to add to that,
Mm.
I think what you're saying is absolutely correct. I think he gave them the tools, he gave them the process, and he gave them the language to control women. That's what he did. That was all about him. That's exactly what his platform was about. If you want to control women how I am on my show and humiliate them, this is how you do it. That's he gave them the blueprint, essentially. And now they're all upset because their king is dead, and every time you mention it, it brings back the pain that actually now they
and also
they're alone.
And even him disrespecting men was like women, and it's the same thing. If you're getting off on him disrespecting men, yes, there's maybe a little bit of imbalance because sometimes we do need men to tell men about themselves in a way that they don't listen to women. But that's also not a quid pro quo. It's also not a great thing that he's disrespecting men, because he's also giving the men bad advice. Yes, maybe in amongst get healthy, get your mind right. Why are you trying to date when you haven't got money? There's things that we've all said and not always delivered it in the nicest way. However, that honing in on material things, and it's not get healthy to get your mind right and wellness and well-being in that respect. It's like get your mind right to control women, basically improve yourself to then shit on women.
Yeah,
it's not in the space of care. And I have to admit, I've not watched a full episode of Kevin Samuels. I've watched some, and I've watched enough for me to be turned off by it. So anyone who has watched, any woman who's watched it and said actually, or people who've watched it and said actually, there are a couple of episodes where he is fair-rounded. I'm never going to watch it, so don't even send it to me. But I'm speaking from a perspective where I've only watched clips and I've watched some of his episodes to get some context. But so I'm not an expert on what he spoke about.
This is trash anyway. Bardi Gang is asking, does anyone know any men personally that truly likes Kevin Samuels?
I'm not. I think there are a lot of men who are like, yeah, I get what you're saying.
Serious?
Yeah. There are a lot of men out there.
No, but you know personally, not out there randomly. Of course, we know because he has a whole following, but you know personally.
I know. We had a couple on our show.
Oh,
as in friends wise, I think
like in your.
I have heard guys speaking in a way that, because there's a language that Kevin Samuels spoke that the baseline of man got it. Whether they agreed with him and or would execute what he's saying, there's language I've heard guys speak, and they're not bad people per se, but they understand where he's coming from. But would they execute or have the reason to execute him? No. I know that my nephew, I've spoken about that before. I don't want to put him in shit, but I know that there was a moment when he was like, "Oh, I hear it, auntie," and I'm like, "But how do you hear what this man is saying when you're surrounded by women that aren't like that, or living that experience, or doing that to men in the way that Kevin Samuels is speaking?" But from what he took from it was also getting his mind right, getting healthy, and focus, trying not to be out there in the streets kind of thing. So there are elements that boys looking for who don't have that male role model or that male figure or of authority that they can respect, we're honing in. This is where we start to get into the incel space, red pill space, and the dangers of it if they take it in wholeheartedly. I know women that hear what Andrew Tate and Kevin Samuels said and said, yeah, no, I hear it. We had Midday on, we had ZZ on. I know someone personally that's like, I get what Andrew Tate's saying. Women are too emotional. And that's a woman.
Outside like that, those situations where it's a guest and we're working with them. Do you know what I mean? I don't know anyone personally that's true that truly likes Kevin Samuels. Like I really
same.
Yeah.
Not 100. Like I have heard some very small things, like some small threads, but it's not like they're beating their chest for Kevin Samuels. Absolutely not.
No, I can't think of anybody directly in my life like that. But I have, what would they be called? They're kind of like acquaintance friends, like friends I've known for a very long time. So they're associates, I guess, in that way, and they are advocates. Like, especially in his heyday, posting clips, talking about like this is so spot on. But it's not true to life in any way. Like they don't have a girl that fits into that way. And
nor did he.
This is the whole thing. It's like, I've never met somebody in a dedicated relationship or a married man subscribe to that red pill stuff, because you would know that it doesn't really work because you know more about a relationship. like
Yeah.
actually how it generally does work. Like I don't think it. Yeah, I haven't seen it translate into real life really, other than they're on the internet and they feel shit about themselves and they like watching a woman being coated off.
Yeah.
That's all I can get from it.
I actually scratched. I actually know someone that I know very well liked Miday's post about Kevin Samuels, but I haven't spoken to them to see what they think and why they liked it, because obviously she's championing. So, and it's interesting, they haven't liked, they're not involved in our posts. They don't really get into our posts. So it'd be interesting. When I get a catch up with them, I will ask them, like, why did they like it? But I know that person is also considers himself quite an alpha male. At the same time, not a horrible person in a long-lasting marriage and isn't horrible. So I understand. I think there's an element of me that, like, there's something that he did that obviously spoke to all men, but then whether they took it on board in certain levels, I think there's something that there's that.
I wouldn't even say all men though, because I think
no. So maybe not all men, but I think understand whether they agree with him or not. Because I think there's man talk.
But I know men that really reject everything that he's saying, like completely, and they're just like, this conversation is not for me. He's not speaking to me. Like, I wouldn't engage. Thank you, Tan. I wouldn't engage because he's not speaking to me. So it's not like I can't even say that. But one thing he was talking about when he was talking about your nephew is there's a couple of mums on TikTok who are talking about like the what's the term, like when you unred pill your sons and things like that, and some of the things that you're talking about that you mentioned of, like, you know, point to a woman who is a gold digger. Who do you know in your life right now who is a gold digger? Like, do you know what I mean? And just kind of like, you know, getting really practical with it, with these terms that they're using and how they're trying to put these women in boxes and seeing if they can find examples in their real life. And if they can't, it's kind of a way to debunk that kind of messaging, which I thought was really helpful and useful and stuff. Yeah, it was interesting.
Glenn Helms is saying, I'll go on. Glenn Helms is saying, if you were to, I don't know if they're advocating, are you saying that Kevin Samuels is great or good? Because Glenn Helms is saying, if you were to watch one of his videos, watch the one entitled Everybody Hurts. And a previous thing that they said, many of the conversations that dominate the timeline today have been sparked by him. I did not enjoy the critique of women part. The monologues were worth watching. So I think Glenn Helms is saying he's more than what was the clips. And then another one said the same. So the same goes for the Shira Sevens, Chrissy's, Cynthia G's. I don't know what they do. Do they criticize men? What do they do?
No, I think she does. She does, like, she gets women up and tells them how to be better women. I think, but like, I think there's I always think there's other messengers though, right? Do you know what I mean? There are many men on the internet that give advice about clothes or hair tips or whatever, or business or careers advice that are not active misogynists. Like, do you know what I mean? So if you're choosing, you're actively choosing that I want this message in this container, because it also speaks to these other things as well. Like, or if you're not actively choosing, you're passively choosing it. Do you know what I mean? Where you can actually, it's very easy nowadays to rejig your algorithm. You know, you can find other people. So it's just like, it's down to your personal responsibility, whether you want to be, influenced by men who think like this.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And then you're going to get served even more of it as well. And it is like, most of the men watching him, if he's saying, I watched quite a few of his videos, like I think one time, it was a couple of years ago, and we spoke about him after he died. And I was like, actually, I want to see, is he as bad as the clips?
Yeah.
And yes, his monologues can be based in some type of self-reflective mode, but when he's speaking to people, when they call him up, that's when he parrots all of the tropes that is a part of the Red Pill movement. And that's the problem, because that's when his chat gets the most active and people are in there calling people big Shirleys, like coating off women. And you don't get that same reaction when he's talking to a man. So yes, he may get a man who is delusional, saying that he wants a Tyra Banks or a Beyonce looking person, and they are nowhere close to that in looks or monetary value, like you couldn't even keep up. That is a form of delusion, but the comments aren't coating off the man in the same way. And that's the problem, really. It's like, nah, you can't, it's not equal. And he courted that. He was happy to put that shit out there as well.
Yeah. He was he made money, isn't it? It funded his lifestyle.
Lots of it, yeah.
You know what I mean? And probably the escorts as well, allegedly.
Okay.
You know?
Civil discourse. I wish the responses from you ladies were more constructive or addressed and dismantled each point rather than as homonyms. Are you saying we're not being honest about our responses? What do you want us to do, civil discourse?
I don't know if I can. But
civil discourse
on board if you want to, but no, you can't tell me how to respond to something.
The link is there. If you want to join in and debate, come on, call in and ask some questions, and we can directly answer your questions. Like you're doing loose statements. Say something directly, and then we can answer you. We can address you directly. But the link is in the chat, guys. If anybody wants to join in and come in and discuss it with us, you can just click on that link. You can do it audio, or you can do video if you want to, and join us up here as well and enter into the discussion. So Vanessa, I put Vanessa's one up here. We've kind of said everything that she said. She was getting pelted in the comments, and to me, there is nothing wrong with what she has said. It's actual, everything she has said is facts. No, it's like, that is the truth. It was a platform for men. They were the main engagement and the subscribers. So it's like, this is factual. He does have 2 baby mothers. For a man that was saying, do not go out with baby mothers, to have 2 of them, I don't see how that makes any sense.
No.
Like, and where exactly your kids don't talk to you, and then you died beside somebody who wasn't your girlfriend,
and who wasn't a high value woman.
No. So
for everything we've learned about internet famous people, but especially that, for everything we know, why are people turning off their third eye, second eye, first eye, to even just like understand that this guy is a fraudster? He's just turning it up for the attention. He's not living out the morals that he's preaching to you guys. How can you not? Glenn Elms is saying,
they like it.
Glenn Elms, it's like you've got a lot to say. You should dial in.
Ken of NY, get the fuck out of here, man. You're a hater.
That's a bot.
You're a hater. You're a big hater, man.
No one told you
Karen said the English accent is not sexy.
We didn't even need
That's
to clap back.
We
didn't even need to.
Yeah, thank you, Brian
For us.
Fury. Buy that man a drink. Him pocking his head like he's a bad man.
That's hilarious.
That is
seriously,
so
that's real hater shit.
Funny. It's so funny.
Like, no, you're feisty as hell. He is also not a bot.
Ooh.
This who put the comment on.
Oh, I thought it was a white man.
No, I don't want to cuss someone. I'm not going to cuss someone because I'm going to say
looks like an old Ja Rule. I'm not going to cuss him. He looks like an older Ja Rule.
He does look like a Ja Rule.
Too nice to him.
I was like, bro, really? Is this what we're doing on the internet?
Cher said trigger warning. Oh my
I
God.
needed a trigger warning. I wasn't expecting that.
We should have had a trigger warning.
I wasn't expecting.
We should have absolutely had a trigger warning.
I mean, everyone's entitled to their opinion.
Fair.
Like, honestly, fine. If it doesn't do it for you, I'm okay, sir. I was not trying to be sexy towards
you.
Okay.
So, in actual fact, I appreciate that my accent, my English accent, is not sexy to you. So thank you for saying so.
I do not want to ever think or ever thunk that you ever had a thought about any of us. So we appreciate your comment. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Seriously, this is what I'm saying. Yeah, you see these people that comment, you've got nothing better to do. Is this what you do? Not all commenters, obviously, but the ones that are hating, that is absolutely hate. You're not even talking on topic. Do you know what I mean?
Not at all.
You're just trying to throw shots.
Cher said
doing
he's
a job.
schmising. Cher said he's schmising. What would Tyra say?
Oh my god!
Oh, dear.
If you're
Who's
going
gonna
to
do
do
this?
for
Yeah,
us,
exactly.
if you're going to do it and you got a picture, know that it's going to be displayed, because he could have kept his comment constructive. Nobody weren't trying to be sexy, bro. So this is just a message for all of you guys. That if you want to try it, just remember that I will share your picture.
Oh, shit. Disclaimer. Hold on. But yes.
He says he's an artist. Okay. So now I've gone into his page.
Look at that.
He's an artist.
Can we remove it? It's creeping me out.
Yeah, he needs to go. That was a big picture there. Bro, I don't think I like his art either.
Oh, wow.
Is this his?
Is his art not sexy?
No, it's not.
Should I leave him a comment? And your art, and your art ain't sexy.
Oh,
seriously.
Disclaimer: yes, we are sharing our opinions. We are not experts. This is a live show, and by joining the chat and coming on air with us as well, you are agreeing to be recorded and broadcast for your contributions. Okay, and it will be shared amongst different platforms, because I may clip it a little bit and put it out again somewhere else. So you know, it would be great if somebody did join us in the chat though. Like, come in.
Say hi. Ask us a question.
Yes, jump on and ask us a question for real. Let me just add it in again. That is all of the comments that I picked out. Did want to try and get this in an hour, and we are 4 minutes off. Yes,
love it.
But internet's not for everybody. Just because you can type up in here being offensive. Oh, please, it's not for everybody at all, is it?
It isn't. While we're waiting for somebody to just join in, feedback on our anniversary episode, and maybe the last one as well, because it's just come out, so it's cooking. We don't have too many comments on there yet. But what's been your thoughts of the last couple of weeks, ladies? How's it been?
Yeah, good. What do you mean? Like,
your feedback on episodes, have you enjoyed them? Like, what's been your favorite parts
of the last couple episodes?
Oh,
yeah.
No, Teacher, man, is one of my favorites. You know what I mean? Like, her live and direct, her like giving us a little. She didn't sing, but she gave us a little something. Do you know what I mean? That was really nice. It was a vibe. Yeah.
I loved it. It was amazing. And with all the girls, Ramel, Nadia, and Zizi, that was just like wonderful. Like sister love, sister pod love was wonderful.
Indeed. But I will say that I thoroughly enjoyed it just being the four of us.
Yeah, the other day, last night. Yeah,
I thoroughly enjoyed that. It's been a while, so it was nice.
That was fun.
Not that I don't thoroughly enjoy when we have guests on, and we've been so fortunate with the people that we've had on, and thank you so much for all of the support. It really means a lot to us. For those that love us, and the haters, keep hating, because it gives us views, and we like views, and it gives us money. So thank you too. Oh my God, you're helping us get into the studio. So thanks.
Exactly. And comments as well. Like it all helps, even when they are going off on one. Cher is asking, what's been the highlight of the pod journey so far? Highlight. Do you know who it is for me? Yeah. When we started, it's 3 women. When we started, and it just felt like, oh my God, are we ever going to get any guests on? Are they going to like it? Especially when we was online and we got Kelechi. That was a big thing that happened. Zizi was another thing, because she was like on a list for time. Like,
we was on Zizi watch.
We were on Zizi watch. We were like, she likes us.
Yeah.
Maybe we can ask her now.
that was a moment. But also Audrey But
Oh,
Audrey watching us,
Yeah.
Mm,
that's always going to be a highlight for me.
Yeah.
That's always gonna be-
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
I can't say enough great things about her because we love her. I mean, we
Yeah.
love everyone that you just mentioned. And it's funny, I was on a podcast yesterday and they were asking me about my favorite things, and it's mad because what you just said is what I just said. Like
Yeah.
those,
I mean,
I love that.
yeah, because it's brilliant. Like these are people that we really respect and have watched in the industry and been like, it'd be great to get them on, and it'd be great to get to a stage where we're putting out content that's watched in the same sort of similar way. Yeah, so it's been great. They're our favourite.
What?
What are you reading?
Yeah.
I was reading Yvonne's comment. Are you old ladies not bored about speaking about Americans, especially the one with the gap? Who was
No, this is not Yvonne.
oh, that's not Yvonne.
No.
all right.
What is it? No, that's the clone. Yvonne, you've got a
Oh,
clone.
another one.
You got a clone. Seriously.
I was like,
Oh,
hold on, that
no.
doesn't sound like Yvonne.
The same size as a burger.
Put it up.
No, get rid of
No,
it.
no, you're gonna get.
Oh my
deleted.
God.
You're gonna
I've
get
been
banned.
cloned.
Nah, you can't be coming.
I
from
thought
a-
Yvonne was like doing a
You're
joke
mad.
or something.
No, she'd never be like that.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's not nice.
Imagine
Oh
I tried to clone her.
God.
Not the size of a burger. Are you freaking mad? Your mum.
I didn't even see it, but yeah.
No, because I was like, hold on.
Seriously. Okay, next time you could just delete it.
Yeah.
That is
Seriously.
the
Don't, like,
craziest thing. So people are really just watching who
Exactly.
is
It's only one.
who's a
Yvonne.
regular in our chat
Imagine.
and then cloning them. Like, guys,
We
like,
stepped into a whole new
That is
level.
a lot of effort. Yeah,
So much
that is
effort.
a lot of effort.
Clearly don't have a job.
Seriously.
Maybe you should get one. You're
Maybe
in the
don't-
basement somewhere.
Don't work with anybody.
absolutely
Stay
in a basement.
Stay in the basement. Don't come out.
You got to do better than that, mate.
I literally thought it was like I thought Yvonne was being like sarcastic. They was going to do a joke. I was like, huh?
That is.
So you guys, so you guys have seen this before because you guys seem to be not. Have you seen an imposter before?
Mm.
Yeah. Will Smith got the other day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He got the other day,
People are
unfortunately.
actually, they've got a lot of time.
Honestly,
Got a lot of
honestly.
time.
Seriously.
Have to be in a basement. Real Yvonne is asking, would you ever ask Candy Braithwaite on the show?
She's
Yeah.
on the list, mate.
She's on
Seriously.
that list.
I'm trying to make that one happen.
Every time I see her, I'm like,
Honestly.
hey.
Yvonne, she's been on the list for years.
Mhm. Trying to make that happen.
She'll be another
Yeah,
highlight.
man. It's going to happen
I
this
have
year.
your black.
Yeah, we'll do.
Seriously.
Look, the more trolls we get, that means we're doing something right, I guess.
Yeah.
Shirt is asking, where is it? Are there any topics you would never cover? That's an interesting one.
Does mentioning
Never.
them become a problem?
Would you say?
I said, does mentioning them then put them in the zeitgeist? Like, is that a problem? If you have to say the name.
I don't know, you know.
I don't
don't
know.
know.
Because I think how we cover stuff, that
Mm.
it's our approach to it, isn't it? So
Yeah.
I don't know.
I definitely have sensitivities around certain things, I think.
Yes, there's that.
Same.
And I'm careful about how I speak about certain things, or just don't say anything, to be fair. Sometimes you have to know when to shut up, basically. But yeah, I don't know if I don't know. That's a big. I can't think off the top of my head. I would need suggestions.
So similar. I think there's sensitive topics that like, okay, so how would we approach that and talk about it in a way that allows us to speak freely without getting in absolute trouble in every aspect? Because there's some such topics that I definitely have thoughts I probably wouldn't share in public. So then that stops me from speaking freely. I think that's as far as I'd go with that, answering that question.
Yeah, okay. No, similar. I can't think of something that I wouldn't touch on, but there would be variations, as with anything, as to how you're going to talk about it in public. But I will talk on. I can't think of what I wouldn't speak on. That would be interesting. But to the extent that I'm going to talk on it, there's going to be the internet version, and then be my brethren's version.
Yeah.
Brethren version probably ain't going to make it to the internet unless you knew me.
Yeah.
Right.
It's that part because we're not.
Yeah.
Lil Rock, just to answer your question, I don't know why I've just not decided to go to Usher. I should be, but I was somewhere today at lunch today, and Selena, who runs Coco Mag, she was there, and the first thing she said, I'm going to Usher tomorrow, and she's going to be on a cherry table. So yeah, so we're going to look out for her stories and her coverage to see how that goes down.
I'm not sure about that cherry thing.
I think it's so disgusting.
I don't like it.
God, I think it's disgusting. Although I was happy for this girl. I don't know why I was happy for her, because she got the cherries. I was weirdly happy for her, but I would not be partaking in that.
Yeah, like if that's what people want to do, it's like when you get the slow wine. Like if that's what you want to do, then you can crack on and do it. But I'm not partaking.
I'm not juggling.
I don't actually want to. I don't want to actually see it though, because the one that was being shared around with the auntie. I haven't even watched it.
Yeah,
like each time it came up and I saw her intense face, I scrolled past. I don't even know how it ends.
Didn't watch all of it. I saw, as you, Nana, literally the same thing. I was like, I'm not on it.
I think you can I guess with it gauge what you want to do. I think Selena herself, she was like, is it okay if I just like drop the cherry in the glass if it happens to me? So I'm like, I'm sure you can control like what you don't have to do all of that.
I would hope so.
But and if you are doing it, you need to. I think this influencer girl, I think her name's Esther or whatever. She done it well. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, there was sexual chemistry between them. Okay, he even put. I mean, he's married, so he shouldn't be doing this. But he put his hand on her like stomach and stuff. Like, do you know what I mean? That kind of thing. There was a little back and forth. You could see that there was chemistry. It was done well. Whereas the auntie one was just.
What is she doing? Is that the breathing one?
It's just like it was just too cringe, man. Like I didn't think maybe I didn't watch all of it either, because I was just like, what is no? This is too much.
Yeah, I can't.
Like, why are you so hungry? I don't know. Maybe am I being biased? I don't know.
Why is there someone that could do? Could do that too?
Yeah, because I'm thinking, because I don't believe it. I don't believe he's into you like that. Like I believe the other couple, like the other girl and him. Okay. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yes, if it's not done,
and then there's a part of like that kind of, it kind of goes into the realm of like male strippery type of thing, and I have very little respect. Yeah. I'm sorry. Sorry.
I wasn't going to say respect. I just don't want someone waving their willy in my face like that.
I don't like seeing men gyrating. I don't like that.
No, I don't like it at all.
No, I don't like it.
I think dancing to a point in a routine, but if you're a stripper, no. And if you're just on your own as a man, just dancing in the club and you're whining, unless it's like expected for you to whine, then not to me, I'm afraid.
Yeah. And he's doing the most. He's putting his hand in the jar, getting the freaking cherries, and then to another person and another person. Like there's too much germs.
I don't like. I think that's me too. It's too. Yeah. I'm too scornful.
No, it's gross. Yeah. It's gross. And he's a married man. Like all of it just icks me out.
Yeah,
he's a married man, and it really does ick me out. And no, I don't like it. I don't like it.
Would you be okay with that? I don't think I could. What are you doing?
Like, we spoke about this before.
Yeah, but have you? I don't know. Like, I just think there's limits, man. There's actual limits. I think it's too much. Because you can't be that close to someone's face, breathing in their breath.
Yeah.
Maybe his wife likes it.
It's true. We did talk about cuckolds.
It might be their pre.
It might be. Yeah, it's true.
Pre-game.
Yeah.
That is like him.
Never be me.
Him too.
But Usher does like an older woman as well. Like
he does. His wife isn't older than him though. I feel like this is the youngest he's gone.
Yeah, I think it's like he's more matchy on the age. And this is what the whitest he's got, isn't it?
No chocolate sticky for me.
Yeah, she's Puerto Rican, but she's a light.
She's not black. Yeah.
Black. Oh, okay.
Oh. Yeah.
I really thought she was mixed. I just thought she was very light, but I thought she was mixed. Right?
I didn't think that she was black.
There's cherry merchandise on sale as well.
Of course, it's all marketing. It's all
all of that symbol, like cherry. Whose cherry are you taking? Like, no.
I didn't think about it. I saw balls.
No, all of it is cringy.
It's cringy. And then you got association with that man in prison. I just can't. No.
What? The auntie was celebrating her in prison all the way to Chicago.
from
Oh,
Wow.
You know what?
Seriously.
Get your life and do your, because it's like those people that are who pay for pictures with like the Chris Browns and Little Boosie's in on it as well. So there's certain things I don't know if it's like there's a fantasy that people like to live out. Because even me, I think it would be cringe for me to pay to see Who Do I Love and a Burna Boy and stage a picture to pretend that he loves me. That's going, I think it's going too far in my fantasy.
But who's worse though? You for having the delusion and trying to realize it, or the person, the artist that is selling that? To me, they're worse.
I think it's
you know what? Right? I think that some people. No. I'm going to disagree because there are some people who that's the time of their life. That's their, their wish. That's all they want is to meet their favorite artist. That's all they wish for. So if that's what they're going to do, that's what they're going to do, isn't it? Like, why? Who are we to judge? Like, if Beyonce was there and I'd had the money to go meet Beyonce and she didn't mind me doing like independent women posing with her, I'd be doing independent back to back like me and her brethren. I
think that's different though. I think like because they make it sexual, that's what I don't like about it.
I hear that.
That's what I really don't like. Like, why are you selling sexual innuendos? You at your big age, yeah. Do you know what I mean? This is what you're I think it's.
But not all of the people that go and get the pictures or whatever it is, they don't all do that. But that you're right.
No. But the ones that go viral, yeah. And the artists are willing to do it. Like it's part of the thing. Like so, it's just like what you're selling that, right? Do you know what I mean? You yourself, you don't have decorum. You don't have barriers. No?
I think there's a thing of paying to see if. I think maybe when I was younger, I might have done it, but at this big age, maybe paying to meet someone, I find is odd a bit. I think. I'm not going to think anybody paying. Like obviously, we pay to go to a show, but actually paying to then stay behind and have, and there's a queue of people. So that minute is like a minute interaction, and I've paid to meet them. I'm not sure.
And your favorite artist is putting his head between your breasts, and you're taking a picture, and that's that. Do you know what I mean?
Each to their own.
It's giving OnlyFans. That's what it's
them off.
I can't think of anyone. Although, there was a time when I really did fancy Jordana.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know what it is. I think it's his bulbous. There's something about a roundish kind of nose. Like there's yeah, I thought he was very attractive. It's kind of gone now though, but
he's not ugly.
He's not ugly, and he is your
oily.
He fits the spec.
He fits the spec of the oily light skinned guy.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think he does need a little bit more gel. He could do with a bit more gel with his hair.
Oh.
Yeah.
Genuine. He'd be winning, wouldn't he?
Oh. Wow.
It's each to their own. It's each to their own. But it's just something that I guess, let me say, I wouldn't do. I don't know yet who I'd pay to have a 2-minute picture with. And now I've paid hundreds of thousands. Especially when it gets into not hundreds of thousands, sorry. Hundreds or
£100. £100 I would have a picture with Genuine.
Yeah, I think you can pay to have pictures. I think there's nothing wrong with that. I think it's the sexual side of it that
I don't believe that if Nana paid £100 to meet Genuine, she wouldn't be doing some ride my pony shit.
She wouldn't do that.
I don't trust her. She might. I think if he was up for it, she would do it. If he was up for it, she would do it.
I believe. This is when I'd get my red pill out and say, get behind your man, woman. I'd find some quotes and say, nah, man, I beg you.
Come on, man, it's Genuine. My 16-year-old self would be.
Have you seen him recently?
Was a wheelbarrow with Genuine?
Like respectfully, have you seen him recently? Have you seen him perform recently?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah,
it's
not the same, man. It's not. Have you seen him in his singlet? He's wearing a singlet.
Oh,
yes.
But I'm not the same either.
I knew you were going to say that next. I was waiting. I was going to say any minute now.
I don't know if anyone wants to see all that.
Don't mention Bobby Brown. We can't talk about Bobby Brown.
Oh no!
Why can't we talk about Bobby Brown?
I'm saying as in Bobby Brown is definitely not the Bobby Brown of yesteryear.
Oh yeah.
Oh, sad.
He's doing his best. I saw his,
Oh,
yeah,
let's
he's
not
doing
talk
his
about
best.
him.
Oh my god.
Bless him all the way.
I don't think there's any. The only man. No, actually, I've already got a picture with him. Although it's terrible, so I can't really share it.
Who?
So Method Man.
Oh, okay.
That's my.
Would you do a sexual wheelbarrow picture with him?
No, no, I wouldn't.
If he had his chest out, would you be like taking a picture?
No, but I would do like, you know, when you do like the side hug and your chest is like on their, like your head is on their chest. Like I would do like a hug like that, and like get the
Would you
picture.
let him rest his head on your breast?
So like he's your man, like with your head in his chest.
It would be very difficult for me to not let it happen. I wouldn't encourage it. But if it happens,
got one too.
it will be difficult. It'll be
This is
difficult.
what I'm saying.
It'll be difficult.
You've got one.
But I wouldn't
too.
pay for it though. See, I wouldn't pay for it.
And stage
You're
it.
gonna do it.
And save it. But
Share it and say my man. It's the So Farah, you'd obviously do it for Chris Brown.
No, I wouldn't pay to see. I wouldn't pay to do that.
Oh.
Nah, I'm not paying to do that. If it was free, yeah. I'm not gonna pay.
What would you do a position with Chris Brown?
No, I wouldn't do like you see like them girls where they're riding him. I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
I would just
No.
hug him normally and be like, I love your music and I think you're very talented. I think I'll do. I'm not gonna be like, oh, Christopher, bend me over. I'm not gonna do that. That's a
What
lot.
if he just put you in a position?
He wouldn't, because he doesn't do that. I have seen pictures and he doesn't do that. There's one where
I
he's
think
standing
he
like
would.
gangsters. There's one where he's like that. He does what they want him to do.
Yeah, he does.
I know. I think he would.
But the chemistry-
Have you seen your skin on the last episode? You're glowing, babe. Like
Me?
he'll be like, yeah, let me get a bit of that.
Nonsense.
Like chemistry made him use, and he's like, "Oh my god, this is the one," and then he just does it.
No,
He just throws you up in the air.
You lot are ridiculous. He wouldn't do that. He would be very respectful of his auntie.
I doubt it.
No, he wouldn't.
Yes,
Absolutely
he would.
not.
I've seen him do it. He does that.
And you're not allowed to do
You know
that.
what,
Right?
actually, last episode, well, our extra aunties episode, I've started editing it. It is flipping hilarious.
Yeah.
I knew it would be.
It is so funny. Like I was like, no, this is jokes. I actually don't even. I wasn't drunk or high or anything. I don't know what that was. I was just in a silly mood.
You were.
But you all were in silly mood with.
No, because you made it contagious.
Yeah.
You were in such a silly mood.
Trying
That's
to
why I'm
win.
like, did you eat them things today?
It was very silly, but it's a good episode though. It's jokes.
When is that coming out?
Guys, we'll probably have that tomorrow actually. Like,
Oh,
the,
nice.
Yeah.
the membership folk, you guys will have that tomorrow.
Amazing.
Oh, okay, cool.
Let me actually put the membership link in Panda chat. All right, we have 3 minutes left before the hard stop.
Yes.
Me.
Guys, one last question. Make it a good one. Up to something.
Share. Report it for Share because she always has the best questions.
Share. Oh yeah. Where are you?
Give us
Share?
one
What's
more.
your question?
Where are you, Cher?
What's your question?
Where you at, girl?
You know what I mean? No pressure. Wait, where you going?
Oh,
I don't know.
choke.
It literally just threw me out.
Oh,
What took place?
Wow, but you're still here.
You can hear her.
I know, but it said you're connected by audio. It's like, what happened to the visuals though?
That's what was happening to me earlier.
Doing that.
I haven't done anything. Why can I not get back?
Then you have to refresh or no?
It's not letting me. Hang on. Maybe I need to go and come.
Cher is asking,
What's my camera out? Plug it back in.
What's the next milestone for the pod?
Ooh.
What's the next milestone?
Is
Is it a guest goal or a event goal? I don't know, like a.
or is it a following goal? Followers goal.
Personally, I feel
Go on.
we need to make some money. That's what we
Oh yeah, you know what? That's the goal right there. The next goal is when you see us on the pod and all you see is our sponsorship things all around us. You know, like when you watch 90s Baby and they've got hella things everywhere, that needs to be us. Yeah.
Definitely.
I would appreciate that.
Yeah, 100 subscriptions, Yvonne.
Love that. Even 1,000. Bardi Gang is asking, can it be 2? I did ask one earlier. Absolutely. I just want to know, who is a guest that you would love to have on the pod? Could be anybody. Who would you want?
Anybody.
I mean, why not? Let's have Oprah on.
Oprah, yeah.
Okay.
The queen of the chat.
Can't lie. Anybody, I would love Joe Budden.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind Joe Budden.
I would love to do a podcast with Joe Budden.
I was up this question yesterday, and do you know who I said? I said Kelly Rowland and Beyonce. Because I think Kelly Rowland and Beyonce on our pod would be jokes, and they would have the best time ever because we are hella funny, and they'd get it, and they'd be like, "Oh my god!"
But this is a Libby. But why didn't you say Anne Michelle though?
I know, and that's what I said yesterday.
What pod were you on? You keep talking about a pod. What are you on? Tell us. Tell us.
No, she doesn't want to. Do you not want to say?
No, I was on the Black Circle podcast.
What's that?
Okay.
Tell us about it. I don't know.
Oh gosh.
I have told you a lot about it.
I don't know. I think like for me.
No, I know of it. Yeah.
What do you say?
Who would you like, Sade?
I think like if Beyonce's already gone, then it's gonna have to be Jay-Z. I would just like to chop it up and
talk
to him, and do you know what I mean? See his opinions on certain things. And he likes to chat. When he does chat, he does like a chat. So yeah.
Yeah.
I think that would be cool. Yeah. But that's me.
Somebody did ask about Kay Badenoch.
I mean,
absolutely not.
I mean, interesting.
Girls.
Interesting.
I might get flogged by my elders. Like, it's absolutely not. We can't. She's not. People do not like her. I just don't like her. You know? They don't like her. And I love it. Seriously. Like,
No. We will have Kelechi back on again soon, definitely.
Yes,
she's our favorite.
She's absolutely one of our family favorites.
Yeah. What black politicians would you grill?
Kemi Badenoch.
Kemi Badenoch.
David Lammy.
David Lammy.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep. I'd like to grill him.
Yeah.
Yes.
And ask him why he's the way he is. I'll be nice.
Dawn Butler would be a good conversation. I don't know about grilling.
Yeah.
The only thing I'll grill her about is that freaking 21 seconds thing she done.
She's my MP. She's my MP.
You want to let her ask why the hell she done?
No, I won't do that. You know what? She does answer them though, but I won't do that. If she comes and knocks on my door in her next campaign, I will say to her.
Yeah, I think she would.
She'd be good.
She's accessible.
Yeah, Dawn could come on, I reckon.
Yeah,
that'd be good.
David about the lad in Dubai. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
that poor boy.
Will says the problem with having politicians is you will end up liking them. Not necessarily if they stick to their ground, but they're human.
They are. They're human beings. They're likable.
Yeah,
that's the part of their job is to be charismatic. Do you know what I mean? So it's just like, and it's just, that's what Nigel Farage done to Nella Rose in the jungle.
Yeah, indeed.
You know what I mean?
Oh yes, Michelle Obama for sure.
Oh my God, have you seen the guy that's going in?
The what?
Who?
Michael Fabricant. You know, the guy with the crazy wig. Well, he doesn't have a wig; it's his hair.
Oh yeah, his
he's
hair.
Going into the jungle.
The one that looks like
going into the house, right? Into
the house.
He was a made-up person because his name was Fabricant. So I thought it was I thought it was a spoof, like a comedy parody. I didn't think he was real.
No. Yeah, I thought it was a comedy show, and then the more I saw him, I was like, "Oh, this is really you." Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's weird. He's a weird guy.
He's serious about it.
Very much so.
That's his hair. Belle. Does anybody know Belle Rebrebo Addy?
Yeah, Belle Rebrebo Addy. Yeah, she's really lovely. She's a MP. She was MP for Streatham or something like that before.
Oh, really?
She's a cool, really nice lady.
It's gonna be wild, like you said. Okay, guys, I do have to go, so we're not wrapping up.
All right, we are there now.
We are.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much. We will be back in 2 weeks' time for Round to the Comments. So please join us then. And we are back on Sunday with News and Nonsense, aren't we? Is that happening?
Yes.
Yes.
It is indeed.
And then Tuesday with Labrish Live as well. And then the next episode will be out on Friday again. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Go on.
Can I just say, Labrish next week, is like 2 days before my birthday, and I want to see super chats. I want to see memberships. That's what I want to see. Okay, I'm warning you from now. And if I don't get it, I'm gonna be upset. Thank you.
That was a warning.
And good night.
You lot better get your shuffles together.
News and Nonsense. Is it going to be at noon?
Yes,
are we
please.
doing it at noon?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, Yvonne, it's going to be at noon as well. You have been warned. You have been told. You've been given notice. Please show up on Tuesday for Sade. Don't let us down. Please
And
do.
on News and Nonsense,
Thank
we
you.
will be reminding you, because if not, she will be upset with us.
I'll be upset with everybody. The
So
world.
we will be reminding you. We might actually have a strap at the bottom of the thing that says, "Don't forget."
A ticker tape birthday reminder. Thank you, Yvonne. You did do your anniversary donation. We
Yes.
absolutely appreciate it.
Oh, thank you, Yvonne.
Appreciate you, Ren.
Exactly. Be more like Yvonne, guys. Be like
Be
Yvonne.
Yvonne.
Be
You're
more real,
right.
Yvonne. You've got to change your handle to the real Yvonne White.
I swear
Isn't
we
it?
said that on, was it Extra Auntie? We literally, I swear we did.
Yeah.
We said, be more like Yvonne.
Mhm.
I'm going to start using that. Might go on a t-shirt.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Bye.